Hello, my name is Cindy Ronquillo and my topic is evaluation of the effects of angiogenesis on the osteogenic potential of temporomandibular joint progenitor cells. The definition: the effects of angiogenesis on the progenitor cells of the temporomandibular joint has led to a new type of treatment that can be classified as regenerative cell therapy, and which is currently one of the most exciting topics in contemporary oncology. Angiogenesis is the formation of new blood vessels from pre-existing blood vessels thanks to the proliferation of endothelial cells.
Angiogenesis is a vital process that facilitates tumor growth and survival. Tumor angiogenesis refers to the ability of a tumor to stimulate new blood vessel formation. This critical step in tumor development enables tumor expansion, local invasion, and metastasis through delivery of oxygen, nutrients, and survival factors, production of growth factors that benefit tumor cells, and providing a route for tumor cell egress. There are several important factors in angiogenesis, one of which is vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, which promotes endothelial cell proliferation and migration. Other angiogenesis regulators include EGFL7 and alpha-5 beta-1 integrin, which contribute to the process of new blood vessel formation. This process is facilitated through extracellular matrix, endothelial cell interactions. EGFL7 and alpha-5 beta-1 integrin expression is detected in growing vessels, including tumor vessels. Genentech Bio-Oncology is researching new ways to inhibit tumor vascular growth and survival.
The application in oncology. In oncology, progenitor cells of the bone marrow have been used thanks to their ability to regenerate periodontal tissue and other support elements. These cells have the ability to produce alveolar bone, periodontal ligament, and cementum in vivo, after implantation in periodontal defects. Other application is in the maxillary insufficiency. Also, according to numerous studies, it has been possible to verify the ability of the progenitor cells in bone formation process to treat maxillary insufficiency problems.
Stem cells. When hearing the two words together, stem cells, most of us would think of cells residing inside the stem of plants. But in reality, stem cells are cells that divide to produce specialized other cells in order to replace the worn-out ones and maintain a homeostasis. Think of it like a branch of a tree on which leaves, fruits, and small branches emerge. Stem cells work just as similar. Specialized cells are differentiated from its precursor stem cells to maintain the body's internal environment. Until now, two kinds of stem cells of human sources have been known: embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells. Embryonic stem cell has the ability to differentiate into any necessary type of body cells, while adult stem cell has limited differentiation of cells specific only to its tissue origin. To avoid the ethical issue in research, embryonic stem cell can be recreated by replacing the egg cell's haploid genome with adult's diploid genome, as in the case of the cloned sheep Dolly, or by introducing several iPS genes into an adult skin cell. The most common example a biology student could give of adult stem cell is that of blood cells. If we are hiking on the top of a snowy mountain, the rising demand for oxygen from our body is met as soon as our kidney responds by secreting a type of hormone into the blood. This particular hormone sends a signal to bone marrow for the differentiation of stem cells into more red blood cells to fulfill our body's need. Stem cells are also being cultured to create skin that can be grafted on burned bruises. Another example of cultured stem cell is cultured meat. The meat grown in a lab may be considerably more beneficial to our health and environment than conventional meat. In addition, plants are also possible to be created in labs by providing a specific amount of nutrients and growth factors for the undifferentiated, non-specialized stem cells to start generating shoots and roots.
The pros and cons. The pros. Today there are more studies that are being carried out with stem cells in order to improve and techniques for dental performance. Currently, stem cells are capable of reproducing bone tissue of the craniofacial complex to repair defects caused by degenerative disease, which can be an alternative to treat mandibular deficiency disorders and cleft lip and palate. The cons. You can have severe headache and ear pain. After an exhaustive study of the same, it was determined that this discomfort and due to a severe dysfunction of the temporomandibular joint.
Look at our animation model. We'll call her Sue. As we look inside to see Sue's muscles, bone, and teeth, we see how a healthy bite and jaw joint work together. As the mouth opens, notice how the jaw bone rotates in the joint but stays braced against the skull with the cartilage disc cushioning between the two bones. As Sue closes, notice how the jaw rotates back, staying braced and cushioned at all time until all teeth come into contact at the same time. At the end of the chewing stroke or opening and closing cycle, all the teeth have come together into the bite and the jawbone and disc are braced against the skull. What would it look like if Sue had a bite problem? Her jawbone starts off braced in the joint, but as she closes, her teeth come into contact prematurely in the back so that in order for the rest of her teeth to come together, her jaw has to come out of its socket down and backward to avoid the early contact, which can be damaging and painful to the teeth. This is why we say that Sue has an unstable joint and is not braced throughout the opening and closing cycle. During the daytime, Sue's brain programs her muscles to make sure that the bite always comes together evenly, avoiding the early tooth contact in the back of the mouth by keeping the jawbone out of the joint socket. During sleep, the brain wants to rest and not worry about constantly programming the muscles, so instead it tells the muscles to either clench or grind the teeth so that they stay locked together. The jaw stays out of the socket all night and the muscles of the head and neck are working constantly during sleep. Since these muscles get overworked every night, they become fatigued, leading to spasms and inflammation. The result of the chewing system being constantly overstressed is breakdown of the teeth, gums, bone, and joint, and finally pain such as headaches and migraines, neck and shoulder pain, or popping and clicking of the jaw joint, among other symptoms. With an orthotic that bioaesthetic dentists call a mago splint, the jaw-bite relationship can be stabilized. Notice how the jaw joint is staying braced in the joint against the cartilage disc when the teeth bite against the mago. Sue has been treated with the mago splint to relax the muscles and let the jaw joint stay in its proper location. This is a diagnostic process that helps the dentist and patient learn what is causing the pain and what could change if the jaw joint stays in place. From this information, a final treatment can be formulated. Treating this problem will result in the bite and jaw joint becoming healthier and the muscles getting well-deserved rest. The result is that Sue will probably feel and sleep much better.
Issue applied in Ecuador. In the province of Azuay, the Dr. Jorge Pedro Gomez, a specialist in second degree of stomatology and in natural and bioenergetic medicine, the procedure by applying cells model from an acupuncture point related to temporomandibular joint for the treatment of the function of said joint. And the conclusion: temporomandibular disorders are an entity that affects all the structures of the ATM, causing severe discomfort. Stem cells are an effective and proven treatment due to their characteristics of cell renewal, differentiation, and proliferation. Stem cell implantation as treatment of the temporomandibular disorders is possible, and it has been demonstrated in various parts of the world that they are pioneers of the therapy, although elsewhere it is only considered as a possibility. since they are still in laboratory studies. Thank you.